Hey guys, Max Tornado here for episode 12 of our free-to-play Ultimate Death Knight Max Tornado tutorial account. It's always a mouthful. I have not been able to use hardly any energy today. I've had a super busy day at work, so I wanted to come home and get a video recorded so that way we had um, at least an update on the account and kind of go from there. So we did end up winning clan versus clan. Very, very good. We ended up almost doubling the score of the opposing clan. Let's check out the gear we got. So, several of these artifacts are really good to keep because they just have special effects, right? So, anytime you can add a special effect to your accessory, that can be a benefit, especially our blood shield pieces. So, um, gives the wearer a shield worth 5% of damage dealt after attacking. These can be used even whenever, as an example, like this piece has really poor substats, right? If we have a defense-based ring, we want to see defense percent substats, or at least HP percent substats. Um, but it doesn't have either. Am I going to sell it? No. And it's the simple reason of there are bosses in some of the Doom Tower, like the Scarab King. He requires you to have a shield after you attack, or else he puts out a ton of provokes and causes a bunch of problems. So this is actually super valuable to keep. So we're going to do that. The 25% chance to change a critical hit into a normal hit. These aren't. I don't think that this is a super beneficial special effect. I've never once on my main account thought to myself like, oh, I need to make sure I have this on there. There might be some niche uses that I've not discovered yet, but we've got HP with defensive stats, which is great. So we always want to try to aim for defensive stats with defensive stats. HP with defensive stats and HP stats, so that's wonderful. So that's a really good piece. Okay, so that was that. We were able to claim all the way up to, ooh, we were close. We were only about 57,000 away, so that's really impressive. We did excellent there. It's very possible whenever we face the next clan in 2 weeks from now that we might get demolished, right? Sometimes it's like you win a game really well, you lose a game really well, until eventually you kind of get synced up with appropriate clans. So, as far as the missions go, we were so close to completing this. If I had been able to play just a little bit more today, we would have done this. But this dungeon is no longer available until I think it's like a couple days from now. So a couple days from now, we'll complete this, and then we'll kind of steamroll through these missions. There's not really any roadblocks that we have to worry about. So we will certainly be able to push through quite a bit of that. As far as our shards go, we have 9 ancient shards, 1 void, and 1 sacred. Let's see. Oh, I did notice that I was like in first place for champion training. I'm not sure if I am in still first or if I'm second. Yeah, I'm in first place by a lot. If in your early tournaments you're able to get first place, it's really beneficial because you get 6-star, which again, we know how challenging it can be to get 6-star gear early game. You get 6-star epic gear, and this set is actually really beneficial, right? So we know, let's see. Oh no, don't exit the game. Let's see, my escape button's not working. That's odd. There we go. Let's see. So we know the Relentless set is pretty valuable. It gives us an 18% chance to get an extra turn. Now this 3-star gear isn't obviously very good, but I still needed to put it on a champion, so yeah, that's who it got put on. It's obviously got defense flat stat, not ideal, but it has some accuracy. So this is really good whenever you're trying to reduce your cooldowns, right? So if you have almost a 20% chance to get an extra turn, and you're trying to get back to using your A3 as an example, well, it's really beneficial even if you're only A1ing whenever you have that Relentless proc. It can still get you closer and closer to using your A3 or your A2. So, let's see. Other things. I don't think there was anything too major. Clan boss, we'll see what we got out of clan boss. I am hitting for like 2.5 million, I think. So we're getting the knight chest, the last chest for normal clan boss. HP flat stat on immortal set. pretty bad, but we might toss it on an HP champion in Faction Wars. Again, a lot of the gear that we put on those Faction War champions, it's not gear that we necessarily care whenever we go to sacrifice that champion potentially later on. We're completely content just destroying that gear so we don't have that cost of silver removal. So this is actually pretty decent. We've got defense and crit damage. Would much rather prefer crit rate or HP percent here, but still not a bad piece. Can't be too picky this early. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'll do a quick normal run, and then I'll come back with the results. Okay, we are back. So it looks like we're doing about 2.5 million per key. Elhane's doing the majority of the work. Warman's probably not bringing a whole lot to us. Maybe she lands a couple decreased defenses before she dies. Ultimate Death Knight is actually really helpful. He's able to put out the decreased attack, which is really important in Clan Boss. Grave Chill Killer is giving us poisons. The beneficial thing about poisons is they don't scale based on the attack of the champion who puts the poisons out. They scale based on the HP of the opponent. So obviously Clan Boss has a lot of HP, so poisons are really, really strong. HP burns are really strong, poisons are really strong. Those are the kinds of champions that you're going to be looking to bring into the Clan Boss for large amounts of damage. You're also always going to want to try to bring a decreased attack. The Clan Boss hits hard, right, as we know. And if we can reduce the amount of damage that he does to us, we're going to survive more turns. We survive more turns, we do more damage. So that is Clan Boss damage currently. I went ahead and spent 800 gems to get the masteries for Ultimate Death Knight, and I'll show you guys. I'm going to pull up the hellhades.com, and we'll look at the masteries that are suggested for Ultimate Death Knight. And let's see, Ultimate Death Knight. Now, obviously, Ultimate Death Knight's not level 60 yet. That is still kind of what we are going to be spending this large quantity of energy on, which is exciting. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and put masteries on Ultimate Death Knight and get some extra benefits from that. So, we are going to be doing general PvE build for Ultimate Death Knight. And I'll show you guys real quick what that looks like. So this is kind of the build that we're going to be aiming for. We're going to get that extra damage from War Master. Super, super helpful, right? That can do large amounts of damage, even on support champions, right? So, like, even if you bring in Rector Drath, who has mostly heals and the revive, you would still put War Master on her if you were going to go into the Clan Boss, because just that one hit that she does, War Master procs, boom, lots more damage. So that's just an example. So I'm going to be putting these talents on Ultimate Death Knight. And let's go ahead and do that. You can see the gear on Ultimate Death Knight, still the same. Still running level 12 defense, I believe, on the gloves. Oh, HP on the gloves. With, let's see, with some accuracy. And level 12 defense. 22 speed over there, accuracy and HP, defense percent, and defense percent. So we did take these up to level 12, got HP percent and defense. Hey Lincoln, oh my goodness, you scared me a little bit, bud. Okay, so let's take a look here. We've got accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. We certainly do want accuracy for our Ultimate Death Knight. Now this talent gives the increased shield, and he obviously sends out shields. This gives us the increased healing and value of shield, so that's awesome. And then we get increased healing and value of shield if they have a stun, sleep, or fear. And we're going to definitely take Evil Eye here. This is going to be really helpful to help reduce turn meter whenever we're going through some of the dungeon content. We'll go Master Hexer to help give us a chance to extend the duration of debuffs. So like whenever he goes to put decrease attack, we could potentially put it on a 3-turn instead of the 2-turn. Also, whenever we put the... well, it says it doesn't work with petrification. Huh? What is it? I'm not sure, bud. Lincoln goes to speech classes, so sometimes it's kind of tough to understand, but he's doing a great job. I also went to speech classes whenever I was a kid. All the way up until about the 4th grade, I had speech classes. Let's see, 30% chance to extend the duration of any buffs cast by this champion. So that's awesome because we're definitely putting out the continuous heals and the shields. And yeah.
Don't I eat demon bed?
Yeah, we're not going to use any of the green ones. We're using the blue ones and the red ones.
Why? I am not going to demon.
No, this is just what we're picking. Okay. So we went down the attack tree. Remember, anyone who does damage, we're definitely going to go ahead and pick up the crit rate. Unless they just don't need critical rate at all, which is pretty rare. So 99% of your champions are going to pick up the crit rate.
And there we go. Demon.
Lincoln, what do you think about this champion? Look at him. He's kind of silly, huh? He dropped his sword. And look, he's about to have a rat crawl. You ready? Wait for it. A rat's about to crawl. Wait for it. I think it's coming. Oh, this is where his helmet drops. And then his sword drops. And I think the rat's gonna be coming. Are you watching? Okay, here it comes. Oh, there he goes. Did you see him? That's Mr. Nibbles.
Nibble.
Yep, Mr. Nibbles is his pet. Look, he has Mr. Nibbles up here with a fancy sword. Wow. And a crown. Look at that. Good old Plarium, always giving us the fanciest of the art. Okay. So I'm going to pause it and come back once we have some more stuff to talk about. And we'll go from there. There we go. And pause. Hey, you guys. Just wanted to show off. I'm fighting up against this Ultimate Death Knight who is a 6-star, level 51 currently. And I just want to show you guys the benefits of having a 6-star, right? This entire time I've been fighting in Silver 2, Silver 3. This is my first level 60 Ultimate Death Knight that I've come across. And we're just not going to kill him, right? I mean, I could literally sit here and run this all night long until the turns cap out. And it would be the same situation, right? Especially, we had a chance when Missionary was still alive. He would land the occasional hill reduction, and so we had a chance. But this is the benefits of a well-built champion as well. So not only is it 6-star that's kind of helping him so much, you can tell that this champion has a significant amount of defense, right? So it's not like we tossed attack percent gear on a defense-based champion. If that was the case, we would have killed him already, regardless of the 6-star. Also, he's running either regeneration set or he's running a mortal set. He's healing in some capacity, right? We know every time he takes a turn, he gets a large heal, so that's probably regeneration. And it very well may be regeneration and immortal mixed together. So, needless to say, we are not going to be killing this Ultimate Death Knight, and that leaves us with only one option, unfortunately, and that is to leave the arena. But I mean, this is the kind of havoc you can cause on other teams when you prioritize your stats. You prioritize the correct sets like regeneration or immortal on your tanky champions, as well as prioritizing getting your 6-stars, right? I know it's fun to build teams with a bunch of different level 50s, and you're like, oh, I've got this level 50 now and this level 50. But man, the money is completely in getting your next 6-star. So join us in the Discord and ask, like, hey, who should I 6-star next? We have some lively conversations in there, lots of good opinions, lots of good good awareness from different levels of the game, right? So we have a lot of early game players, some mid game players, some veterans. So certainly welcome to join our Discord. I'm going to go ahead and bail out of this one before it consumes any more of my time. Ultimate Death Knight, how dare you? Time is money, friend. Okay. So we're clearing our 3v3 arenas. Now remember, if you're in I wish this video would be seen by more people. If you're in Bronze 1 and you have no desire to go to Bronze 2, right? Like, I'm not going to Bronze 2. I'm early game. I'm not touching Bronze 2. If you're in Bronze 1, do everyone a favor. don't put these tanky champions like Ultimate Death Knight. Don't put your level 50s and all that, because for early game players like my account, that's still going to be challenging to beat. Put in level 30s, level 30 rares that have no gear, so that way whoever comes to beat my team, they get 3 wins easy, right? Instead, we're having to fight these teams where it's like, oh, well, maybe I can beat this team, maybe I can beat that team. Unless you're trying to rank up, you're just hurting yourself, right? We want to be as low a ranking as possible so we can come in here and farm 3 wins, 3 wins, 3 wins. Right? That's the goal. Like, I mean, we have teams in here who this does nothing unless this person is trying to actively progress into the next phase, which he's probably not. Then it doesn't serve any benefits, right? It just it causes everyone else some grief, right? Let's see, I'll show you kind of how I approach this. So I can definitely beat, with my 1 level 60, I can beat any of these 3 teams. Okay, maybe not the level 6, the rank 6 Ultimate Death Knight, but probably still can. Maybe not. So I mean, I definitely get 1 win. Now you might say to yourself like, oh, 1 win, what's the point in doing that, right? Well, there's still benefits to it because I get gold bars, even if it's only 1 win. I might get 2 wins if I'm lucky. So I'll stack 2 of my teams with the best champions I have against their 2 weakest teams and go from there. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's see. I can put... Really, my El Hain's going to do all the work solo, so I kind of just want to put my best champions with Ultimate Death Knight to kind of create a team there. And we'll see. Like I said, I know that I'm not going to win this first battle. I know I'm not because there's a level 6-star Ultimate Death Knight, so I'm just going to click skip battle. No point even watching it, right? We know we lost. This is where we might win, so we'll go ahead and watch this unfold. Venomage is a super strong champion. If you catch yourself a Venomage, like, she is absolutely worth 6-starring. I use my Venomage on my main account daily. I use her in Clan Boss. I use her in Faction Wars. I use her pretty much anywhere that needs poisons and heal reductions and decreased defense. So, absolutely super strong champion. See, she's doing her decreased defense attacks. Grush the Mangler, strong champion for sure. He puts out leeches, which can be beneficial. Once you have good leech champions, you can actually start to get away from some of your lifesteal gear. Oh, we got resurrected there. I think we win this though, because they don't really have enough damage to beat us. So we kill Venomage again. After we kill Venomage, we're going to go ahead and prioritize the Reviver. And if you didn't know, this is something that a lot of new players actually don't know. While you're on auto, you can actually click the enemy that you want your allies to attack. So for their single target abilities, they'll attack the one that you have selected, and obviously for their multiple attacks, like if it attacks multiple enemies, that's not going to change it. So let's see, we'll keep on kind of watching here. Good, we got a heal reduction off. Missionary is a solid champion. This is the first account that I've ever used a missionary on, and I've been impressed, certainly. I mean, I don't think that I'm going to take him to like 6-star or anything, but eventually he'll probably become a 5-star for Faction Wars. Yeah, I mean, and maybe even not that. Maybe. I mean, that might be a stretch to take him to 5-star, but he certainly is doing a little bit of work at 40. Okay, looks like Grush is a little bit tanky, so I'll pause this and come back once Grush dies. Okay, coming back, Grush actually beat us, so we only get 1 win out of these 3. Is it still worth it? Yes. It's free resources, right? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's free resources. And keep in mind too, when we lose, we drop ranking, right? When we drop ranking, we continue to drop lower and lower on our rating. We continue to find easier and easier teams to fight. So even if I wanted to, right, like if I had no time in the day and I'm like, I don't really want to deal with all that, trying to find the easy teams to beat. Let's see, man. Look, this guy, Korloff gets the shout out. This guy knows what's up. He has set his arena defense to be farmed. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to set our arena defense to be farmed, so that way we drop down in rating and we fight against other people who are smart and doing this. So watch. Now, it's as simple as you go in, 1, 2, 3, you walk away with gold bars, everyone's happy. And I do this on my main account too, right? Like this isn't just like an early game thing. Main accounts, like you'll hear all the other content creators who have in-game accounts will tell people, listen, Wednesday through Saturday through Sunday, set your teams to be farmed. These level 60s, yeah, that's cool that you've set them to level 60, but for early game accounts like me, I'm not going to be able to beat but one of those level 60s. So yeah, just something to think about. This is a little bit more realistic. I could probably get 2 wins out of this, 1 Ultimate Death Knight and then 1 Elhain. So I'll try that and then I'll come back. Okay, so we won the first one like we knew we would with Ultimate Death Knight. We lost the second one like we knew we would because they had a rank 6 Ultimate Death Knight. So we didn't put any of our good champions in that second wave because we didn't want to waste any of them. So you can see, win 1, lost 1, win 1. We walk away with free resources. Now, if you're curious what I'm talking about with the free resources, if we go to the bazaar, we can look at what we can spend these gold bars on, right? The most impactful thing for long-term players, right? Like if you plan on playing this game for any amount of time, 6 months or whatever. I've been playing for the last year and a half or so, and I've enjoyed myself a lot. But if you plan on playing for more than 100 days, it could be really beneficial to start collecting these champion fragments, right? Drexlar Blood Twin is an excellent champion, does an amazing provoke, and then whenever champions attack him from the provoke, he can put out HP burns, which is really, really strong in tons of different areas of the game. You can also collect some fragments for your Broadmaw fusion, which is pretty nice. But honestly, for my main account, I a lot of times just buy the energy. Like I have quite a few gold bars, and I just buy the energy. So again, just a reminder, set your arena teams to be like really easy to be farmed, like level 30s, level 1s, stuff like that. I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Like I said, it's been a super, super long day at work. I'm going to spend a ton of energy farming campaign. I think with 700 and something energy, I'll certainly be able to get my next 5-star Avenger. She'll be a chicken. I'll be able to get her as a 5-star. I'll probably be able to get 1 more or maybe even 2 more champions to 5-star. And we'll keep on trucking along. We're probably only a day and a half off from having Ultimate Death Knight at 60. And you can see just how fast, once you get your first 6-star, it starts to really kind of pick up pace, because then you're farming the higher end content, like Brutal 12-3, Brutal 12-6, to really start to get those rewards. So I will catch you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful night. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're collecting about 1 subscriber a day, which is really awesome. It's more than I expected, to be completely honest. So we're collecting about 1 subscriber a day. If you want to be helpful to helping the channel grow, just hit the subscribe button. You're always welcome to join our Discord. We have tons of interesting conversations over there. And if you're a new player and you're looking for a clan, or even a mid-game player and you're looking for a clan, you're always welcome to join us. We have Brutal Clan Boss unlocked, we have Hard unlocked, and we clear normal and easy every single day, guaranteed. So obviously that's not super impactful for a mid-game player, but if you want to just come and be a part of an awesome community, you're welcome to join us. So take care, guys. I hope you have an awesome one. Till tomorrow. Bye.